Before this video starts, I am gonna do a Joker poster giveaway. I got 2 free posters at my screening. I just need one. You can have the other one. All you gotta do is subscribe and comment down below. Comment whatever you want, anything's appreciated. A like would be appreciated. I can't tell who likes a video. All the YouTubers who say to enter a giveaway you gotta like are lying to you in order to get likes. I would like a like, but it's not needed. All you gotta do to enter is subscribe and comment down below. Anyway, on to the video.
All I have are negative thoughts.
Freak!
We live in a society. I just got back from seeing the Joker. Movie ended around 10:15. It's now 11:30. I've just sat down at my computer with little to no script written for this review, but I kind of wanted that. I wanted to sit down and just talk about this movie. It's such a refresher in the comic book genre movie landscape, and even then, like, it's not even a comic book movie. I want to talk about how just different this movie is. I read an article recently that Martin Scorsese said that Marvel movies aren't cinema, which to a certain point of view, yes, he is right. Marvel movies are escapism entertainment. Like, they're a product. They're made to be consumed, move on, watch 3 films a year, give them your money, and continue, which is fine. I like Marvel movies, but I appreciate other movies a hell lot more than Marvel movies. The only Marvel movie I think that is, like, top tier, I'd say, is Infinity War and Thor Ragnarok in terms of artsy style, but I'd seriously say The Joker and The Dark Knight are the 2 best comic book movies of all time. And they both star the Joker, which is hilarious. But the thing I've really liked about this movie is how it's not really connected to anything. It is almost like an indie film. When I know the term indie film is thrown around so much nowadays, it's kind of lost its meaning. Like A24 films, people call those indie films. Those aren't indie films. They have a high budget in terms of indie films. So that term lost its meaning. But the way it's shot, the cinematography, the storytelling, the subject matter of the Joker itself, the themes, the complex themes that are within the film are just scream art house film. And that's, as someone who's into that crap, God, it's such a relief to have a comic book movie that is not a comic book movie, if you understand what I'm saying. It stars the Joker, which is a comic book character, but it is not a comic book movie. It is a character study. This film is the Taxi Driver of my generation. Martin Scorsese was a producer on this film, and it is seriously the love child of King of Comedy and Taxi Driver. The film follows similar story beats for both. For the King of Comedy, you have the Joker being obsessed with a comedian, trying to be a comedian himself, failing at it, and then the comedian he's obsessed with makes fun of him, and that breaks him. So Joker starts to get upset at Robert De Niro's character, which, kind of a little meta situation. Robert De Niro was the comedian that was obsessed with a late night talk show host in the King of Comedy. His acting career has come full circle now. While Taxi Driver, you have a character eyeing a politician who is that top 1% who says he's gonna fix the city Gotham and, you know, gonna make everyone's lives better, when in reality he's most likely not going to. So this film really follows those 2 things, and there's even like visual connections to both of the films. Like in King of Comedy, you have Robert De Niro being obsessed with this comedian, and he starts talking to the comedian like he's actually there in his house. He starts reenacting comedic bits. He daydreams and like hallucinates being at the show, and just like Arthur Fleck does. In Taxi Driver, you have Robert De Niro getting a gun, trying to learn how to do it, kind of basically turning himself into a killer. In the Joker, you have the same exact thing. So this film is really just a love child of King of Comedy and Taxi Driver. And I'd go as far as say as this film is definitely the Taxi Driver of my generation. Like I said, I'm 19. I'm a film student in college. 100% Taxi Driver. I'm going to be talking about this film when I'm older. This film is going to be studied for a long ass time. I know you can't really compare Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix, but the comparison is inevitable. I get when people say you can't compare the 2, but people are still going to compare the 2, okay? So there's no point of not doing it. And honestly, I haven't seen The Dark Knight in I think a year, but hands down, from my memory, I love this film so much more than The Dark Knight. But again, this film is an art house film, just starring a comic book character. 100% Joaquin Phoenix is being nominated for Best Actor. Whether or not he wins Best Actor is debatable. Does he deserve it? Probably. I haven't seen all the other films that are going to be, like, you know, the Best Actor run for movies this year. Best cinematography, probably going to be nominated for that. The cinematography was freaking beautiful. Some of the shots I am just in love with. It made me want to, like, going home, it made me want to just pick up a camera and start filming crap. It was just beautiful. The color palette was a teal and orange. I know that's overly used in Hollywood, like, all the time, but it felt natural, and it was used differently than most films use that color palette, and I freaking loved it. The score, Jesus Christ! Oh my god. The soundtrack, I've already started listening to the soundtrack. Let me just go on my phone, let me find the songs. Defeated Clown, Bathroom Dance, Call Me a Joker, all those songs have that one theme, rhythm of that theme. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This film seriously deserves to also be nominated for Best Score and Best Original Score, because, god, it is freaking beautiful. And watching interviews with Joaquin Phoenix after I got home, the guy is just freaking amazing. I saw the Jimmy Kimmel interview, which, if you've been online, you probably have heard that controversy. Jimmy Kimmel's kind of a jackass to Joaquin Phoenix and kind of makes fun of his acting. Joaquin Phoenix is takes acting super seriously. Like, this guy is top-notch acting. The dance scene was sort of improv. Todd Phillips, the director, just put the main song on during set, and Joaquin Phoenix danced to it. That is the bathroom scene, and with that song, it's just freaking beautiful. God. And that theme's gonna be stuck in my head for at least a week. It's so nice. Also, real quick, don't bring your child. Some idiot brought like an 11-year-old kid. I don't know. He's definitely in middle school. The kid cried 4 times in the movie. You have people stabbing people's brains out, shooting a guy like 4 times, shooting a guy in the head point blank. You have so many bad things in this movie that a child should not watch. So, oh, it's a comic book movie. Let's just bring my child to see the comic. Shut the fuck up. This is a rated R movie for a reason. This is not Deadpool where it's a joke. This is a serious movie, and the kid freaking cried 4 times. The mother left like 10 minutes before the movie ended, okay? That was a dumb decision. I'd want to wrap this up with talking about the controversy regarding Joker. It's so stupid. I haven't even took the time to really look into the controversy. But if you think that the Joker is going to inspire violence or cause violence, what? Where have you been the past 10 years with John Wick, where he kills someone with a fucking pencil? Where have you been for almost every single Quentin Tarantino movie? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I'd say, has 10 times the violence in this movie. If you've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the last 10 minutes, that whole scene, you know what I'm talking about. That 10-minute scene has, I'd say, probably about 50 times more violence than what the Joker has. The worst thing that happens in the Joker is that you feel bad for the Joker. That's it. The film makes you sympathize with a villain, something that I don't think past iterations of the Joker have done. Heath Ledger Joker brought a little bit of an origin story to him, but you didn't really feel bad for him as much as you do for Joaquin Phoenix. When Heath Ledger tells the story of his father putting a knife in his mouth, you're like, crap, this guy probably had a really fucked up childhood. But the Joker's childhood is 10 times worse, being tied up to a radiator, being physically abused, causing mental illness, being lied to his entire life, being led to believe that Thomas Wayne, the almighty god of Gotham, is his father, only to be let down and be lied to by his mother, and have society fail him and make him be this clown. And even when he's enjoying being a clown, which is a terrible job, he gets beaten up all the time, lied to. It is a terrible life. He has lived a terrible life, and this is a line in the movie. I have not been happy a single day in my fucking life. That is Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and I feel bad for him. I felt sympathy for him. Did I agree with what he was doing? Obviously not. I'm not gonna go outside and be like, thanks Joker for inspiring me to commit violence. I'm going to go shoot something now. People are idiots. Ignore them. They don't know what they are talking about. This is probably the best film I've seen this year. I'd go Joker number 1, Ad Astra number 2. I haven't seen many films this year, I'm going to be honest with you. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 3, I'd say right now that is the top 3, with it most likely changing once Jojo Rabbit, The Lighthouse, and Waves comes out. I am beyond excited to see what happens post this movie, how the media reports on it, and just in general how the Oscars are going to be for this movie. Anyway, this movie's amazing. Go see it. I'll probably make an essay video on this, probably comparing it to Taxi Driver and King of Comedy. That's what's currently going on in my head. But I'll probably do that once the movie comes out on digital or Blu-ray, so I can actually, have scenes of the movie. So yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If a number, I guess that's a thing. You gotta rank the movie 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, it's near perfection. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's near perfection. Absolutely adored this movie. This is a day one buy on Blu-ray for me. I am going to analyze the shit out of this movie once it comes out. So yeah, anyway, if you're new, be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment down below, all that good stuff. And yeah, anyway, see you guys in the next video, which is a Breaking Bad video. See you guys.